Hey everybody, welcome to Bubba and Josh Expose Themselves. This is a podcast where two friends, roadies, okay, talk about entertainment. We talk about pop culture, and we try to give some life lessons along the way.
Well, a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. We like to touch all the corners. So that's what you're going to be hearing here. So stick around because we got some great stuff. So if you're listening, first time listener, just so you know, you can come over and see us. I like to gesticulate a lot with my hands. I talk a lot with my hands. So
what did you just say?
Gesticulate. It's a word. I'm doing the word.
I mean, I guess I am not super familiar with that word.
Yeah.
Gesticulate.
Gesticulate. So if you want to come see that, you can come see our stupid faces. We have a YouTube channel and across all these platforms eventually that I'm sure will be just ready to let us on there. So, I am Josh. With me is Bubba.
Hi, I'm Bubba.
And we're going to be your host for the day or for your drive to work or wherever you're listening to us right now or watching us. Yeah, hello. So we're going to start off with a segment that we like to call Movies That Shaped Us. This is movies that, any time period of life that affected us, some way. Taught us a life lesson, even. Maybe showed us a way to be. And I'm going to let Bubba take it over with the movie that shaped him.
Well, I started thinking about this more and more. I keep thinking more and more about Back to the Future.
All right.
Yeah. No, there's just so many movies that I could watch over and over again, and that's just definitely top of the list right there. And there's just so many different elements to it. I really, really loved Michael J. Fox's take with Marty. He was just playing the character perfect. It was basically just made for him. But I feel like wasn't that made for multiple people?
I believe it was originally written with him in mind, but he couldn't commit to it because of his work on, I think it was Family Ties at the time.
Family Ties, yeah.
And so they actually, I don't know if have you ever seen the YouTube videos of it shot without him? There was actually another actor. Well, Eric Stoltz would have been Marty McFly. What an entirely different movie that would have been.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it, I don't think. He plays a kind of a good bad guy, I feel.
Right.
Yeah. I don't see him as a good guy that much.
I mean, no, and that's the thing,
he was in an Anaconda.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
That was this Anaconda coming at you.
Anaconda.
Not that it makes a noise when it comes at you, but anacondas are, just in your face and gonna fuck you up. So, but
I do know.
Back to the Future was something that shaped you. How?
Well, it kind of made me feel like anything could happen, and I can make anything happen as long as I just put my mind to it. And I felt like basically I'm going to see everything that Marty McFly saw. I'm going to see a flying car someday. I am going to see, us rehydrating food or some shit like they do. I'm going to see some of this stuff.
I'm going to go back in time and almost accidentally sleep with my mom.
I never said anything about that.
No, I know. But I mean,
and then the Old West, the third one. Oh man, I love that movie.
So let me ask.
At the end when they come back in with the train.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
And when it got hit by the train, the DeLorean, it was heartbreaking. I remember being so sad because I knew that at that point it's like the adventure's over, man. But then there's the train. This Doc's a fucking genius.
Yeah, he is.
And hooked up with Ted Danson's wife and had 2 kids. One who looks like he's gonna piss himself.
What?
That's Ted Danson's wife. Mary Steenburgen is Ted Danson's wife.
Oh, I did not
in the
know
movie.
that.
Yeah. They've been together for a long time, ever since he and Whoopi were like right after him and Whoopi had their thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, no, that's
party on.
So here's the question: do you think it is possible to travel in and through time?
I think we already have. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I just wanted to throw some quick statement out there.
For the people not watching, my eyebrows almost jumped off my fucking forehead.
No, well, I mean, see, and that's something else. There is that people are getting so good at editing videos and doing little things like on TikTok and whatnot. I'm going, Jesus, what's real? What's fake? I don't know. I don't believe any of it. God damn it. And yeah, have we gone back in time? There's some videos out there that suggest we have. But I don't know. I think that we will someday.
I don't know. I don't think we will. I don't think it's possible.
No, not back from now. We would only be able to go forward. Isn't that how the Einstein-Rosen theory is? So all we could do from here on out would go forward in time, like going through a wormhole. Time lapses in a different way.
Okay, so let's say that theory, and I'm only grasping basically, it's like a time skip. You're skipping over time. That's fucking stupid because you can't go back and change shit. You can't sports almanac that shit. So what's the point? Oh, let me go farther in the time. Let's go farther in the time so everything I know and love is gone.
Maybe they can send a signal.
What if you went too far into time and nothing existed anymore? And you can't get back from that. So
Well, then that's when it turns into Time Machine.
Who would make that? Who would be willing to make that journey?
Look,
it'd be cooler if you could go back in time, right?
I mean, it would be pretty dope. I would love to be able to go back in time.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know if that would ever be possible though. Like
I don't think so. I think once time has moved on, I think it's complete. It's inaccessible. It doesn't exist still. Right?
So are you saying you don't believe in second chances?
Oh, I'm definitely not saying I don't believe in second chances. I believe in like 4, 5, 6, 7 chances if people need them. But no, like, I don't know, man. It'd be cool to go back in time, though. I'd go back in time and like be like, young Josh, no matter what you do, remember this name and remember to invest. Google. Rhymes with frugal, but you want mom and dad to not be frugal and invest in Google. Can you remember that? And I'd be like, well, I can remember that. And
Apple.
I don't even think that Apple. It's more for me. It's more Google. Hit Google hard, early. Tesla. Bitcoin. Remember these two syllables. Bitcoin.
Dude, could you imagine that when it first came out and all that?
You know the story about the person that bought like a pizza or pizzas.
Yes.
It's like millions of dollars now.
Oh my God.
I hope that was one good fucking pizza, man. That better been a pizza that just fucking when you were done eating it, it finished by serviced you, like it finished you off too.
Okay.
You finished it off. It finished you off. Fucking
Yeah, it did.
bada bing, bada bloop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's nasty.
Because like I would probably step out in front of a truck if that was me. I'm just saying, like, I'd be like, there's no point. And there's a good thing to go back in time for right there. Listen, man.
He does pizza too.
It'd be like this. It'd be like, oh man, I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna order pizza. Oh shit, they accept Bitcoin. Cool. I have exactly enough Bitcoin to order this pizza and this soda. And then all of a sudden, bring, hello, hey, Greg, is this you? And you'd be like, yeah, this is Greg. Who's this? This is Greg from the future. Greg, listen to me. I'm you. You're me. What do you mean you're me? I'm you. I'm you. You're me. But listen, do not buy the fucking pizza. Do not. And then like the time space continuum would rip the phone call apart. And Greg would be like, what does he mean don't buy the pizza? How did he know that I was going to buy a pizza? And then he's sitting there contemplating. And the fucker would probably still buy the pizza because he's hungry. And he was probably a stoner.
Yes. That.
But imagine if you could just make phone calls to a time period. You could call your old house when you were a certain age and just be like, don't go near the apple tree today because that was the day that you got stung really badly and now have crippling agoraphobia because of bees.
Is that something that happened?
I mean, shit, man. There's things that can trigger people to not want to go outside. Yeah, definitely.
Is that something that happened to you?
Me? No.
You're talking like it's something that happened to you.
No, the triggering thing that happened to me with bees or hornets, I can't remember. It might have been bees. I woke up one morning and my bedroom, there was like 20-something bees flying around. And then I opened the door and I walked out and there was a swarm of bees in the house. I don't know how it happened, but there was a nest in the ceiling and like my mom had to call an exterminator. There was bees everywhere. And man, one of my biggest nightmares from when I was a kid was bees crawling in my ears. And so that coupled with that, man, I still have I'm getting better as I get older, but I still have a little bit of a fear of bees, like big time fear of bees.
There's a buddy that we both have toured with now. We were disc golfing and he had a bug go into his ear.
Nope.
It wasn't a bee. It was...
Nope.
What?
I'm just saying nope. Don't.
Yeah, no, not
don't
for you.
Want
yeah,
it.
Right?
Nope.
Yeah, no, it was like stuck in there and he couldn't get it out. They had to go to urgent care.
No shit.
I can't remember where the hell we were, but we were... I think you definitely know who this is.
Probably.
Yeah.
I got a story for you in a similar vein. I don't think I told you this story.
Okay.
So on this tour I was on with the Italian people a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I'm at Mohegan Sun and I'm backstage.
I love Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun's great. And I go into our crew room and so every day it was new hired in orchestra to play with this group.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in and there's a dude in the fucking crew bathroom and he's like doing something to his ear. He's like, he turns to me, right? He's like, you gotta help me. And I was like, what?
The fuck I do?
What? He's like, I got my earbud stuck in my inner ear and I can't get it out and you gotta fucking help me. And I'm like, okay, I am not qualified at all to be sticking anything in your ear, buddy, but come with me, because I knew where the office was. It was kind of like kitty corner, the promoter's office. Because earlier that year when I was there with another group, I needed the package, so that's where I had to pick it up. So I'm like, listen, just come with me. I know we're gonna get you medical. No, man, you gotta help me. I'm like, dude. He's like giving me this metal instrument. I'm like, fuck no. Like, I freak about shit about my ears, and I'm like, definitely not. So I'm like, come with me, and I walked him over to the thing. But yeah, he had lost the rubber tip of his earbud into his inner ear canal. later on that night when I was like, I had these huge torms that were two 10-foot poles put together with some LEDs on the front. I'm undoing them and I see him getting off the stage. I'm like, oh, he fucking made it. You know, like, yeah. Then I saw him at a couple other shows because, like, in Boston, Connecticut, it was like all the same orchestra or most of the same members. They all traveled to each show. A lot of them were the same people. And he showed up at a couple other shows. And every time I saw him, I'd look at my buddy trying to be like, there's the guy who got that shit caught in his ear.
There's that dude that got that shit stuck in his ear. You know, I had a buddy of mine. He passed away a couple years ago, and it's just like, it's a movie he and I watched all the time together, and it brings back a lot of really great memories for me. It's like, it's right there at the top of my list for sure.
Yeah, it's weird how movies can take you back to a time or a place or put you together with people that you enjoyed it with. There's a lot of movies like that for me, you know, that just take me back to a time and a place. And I can remember like some movies, I can remember like a lot of movies, I think, now that I think about it, I can remember like the first person I watched them to or the person who turned me on to them, you know. What's the takeaway lesson from Back to the Future? Is it don't wish that you could change the past?
No, it's just like, you can only you can change your future.
Oh, Doc Brown, is that you? I mean, that's pretty much exactly what he tells Marty at the end.
Yeah.
It hasn't been written yet. The future hasn't been written yet, Marty. Oh, yeah. Great Scott.
Only you can change your future. And the more and more I get older, the more I think about that. You know, it's like, dude, the only thing that is going to change is if I change it. I am the only one in my life that can change my life. And
true.
I suggest that to other people here and there, you know, when they come to me with a little issue, it's like, you are the only one that can change what's going on.
Right. No,
you know, it's some of the best advice you could give somebody.
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
We're all in the position we want to be in. If we weren't, we would change it. And if you can't change it, then you got to figure it out. Otherwise, it's going to break, you know? So just change it.
Right.
You got to push the button.
It can be hard. It can be hard.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes there's a slow build up to it. Oh yeah.
Years of being stubborn.
Sure. Easy. That's the easy part, is not doing anything about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that
as you start working through it, you know, the more and more it just gets easier and easier to start, you know, working in a better position.
Right.
I think getting in a better mindset.
It's that fear of failure. That's all.
Yeah.
That's one of the major hindrances to anyone wanting to further advance themselves, I think. Yeah. Trust me, I've been there. You've been there, I'm sure. We've all been there. Yeah. No, that was a good one, man. Back to the Future is definitely, you know, close to my heart as well. It was a great movie to grow up with, you know.
Really is, you know. Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Still stands up to this day. Still has plenty of good stuff in it. I mean,
I love seeing them together as a couple of old men.
Yeah.
Have you seen those pictures?
I have. The ones that recently came out. Yeah, they look good. You know, I mean, Michael looks a little rough, but Parkinson's will do that to you, sadly. So
yeah.
But you know, in that same vein about getting old, good segue. Good segue, man. Yeah, I don't know if you meant to do that, but I picked up on it. I want to do a little segment called "Now That I'm 40, Here's Some Things That Piss Me Off." Okay.
Yeah.
Supermarkets. You want to know why supermarkets?
Yeah. No, I have a good idea. Go ahead.
Because everyone in there acts like a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay. You want to know why? Because here we go. There's a reason why there are lines on the fucking road, because if not, there would be horrific accidents everywhere. When I go into a supermarket, I assume that I'm going to be walking on the aisles on the right-hand side, and that people coming towards me will be walking on the left-hand side. And that if they need something on the other side of the aisle, that they will park their cart on the appropriate side of the aisle, walk across their lazy fucking 3 fucking feet of aisle, 4 feet aisle, lazy asses, walk them over, and they're going to pick up that can of soup, and they're going to be like, Dinty Moore. This is exactly what I wanted. They're going to walk back to the cart and put it in there, but that's not how it fucking works. But that's the way it should work. Instead,
Wait, what did you just say they put in their cart?
Dinty Moore beef stew. They I don't know. I'm in the soup aisle right now in my head. Okay, motherfucker.
Okay, fair enough.
No,
you couldn't get like some Campbell's.
okay, chicken noodle soup, tomato soup. I don't give a fuck what type of soup, but that they don't. These motherfuckers who come down the aisle and they're in the opposite lane, and you're like, okay, this is the way it should be working. We should be going past each other like this. It shouldn't be head on. There shouldn't be people like fucking trying to get around other people. There shouldn't be people.
No.
The big one is crossing into the other lane to get something to put it in your cart. Stop fucking doing that. Just fucking pull off to the side of the road. Okay, pull off to the side of the road and go get your fucking lazy ass across the aisle and go get your fucking packet of instant fucking oatmeal. Okay, for the love of fucking God, treat aisleways. I don't even give a shit about supermarkets anywhere, malls, Target, Caldors, Walmart, what have you. Treat it like it's a fucking roadway.
Okay, so how do you feel about that in other parts of the world that have the roads?
You
going
gotta
the
go with the
opposite
road.
direction?
You gotta go with the road.
Okay, so each country has its certain way to walk through a supermarket and
Yes,
through a mall.
and that's fine.
Gotcha. I'm on it.
It's fine.
I'm already on it. I must
Because
be already be doing it.
It's something that I do out of the kindnesses of my fucking heart. And why is it that it seems like no one else does it? Why is it so hard for people to process and figure out that this is ludicrous?
Well, you know, there's people who do like I do. I always walk where I'm supposed to walk, basically.
Yes.
But yeah, some people are very entitled. Very entitled. It's like I am the center of the universe.
This is it. I think it all comes down to this, because speaking of entitled, number 2 on my list today. When did everyone all of a sudden say, hey, let's all drive 10 miles an hour faster than the speed limit at the very minimum? Okay. And add 5. Okay. It was normal to do +5, +10, but I'm doing +10 on good days. Instead of 65, I'm doing about 73, 74, maybe touching 75 a little bit. These motherfuckers come cruising past me. And it's not just in this state. It's everywhere that I visited to recently and had to rent a car. And I've rented a few cars on this last year, like 4 or 5 of them in different states, all different states. So I've driven them in multiple states. I drove between California and Las Vegas most recently. What the fuck? And where are the cops? Where are the fucking cops? What are they? What are they doing? Where are they? I don't see a lot of cops anymore doing speed traps. I don't understand.
They're getting a bad rep lately, so, you know, maybe they've been cooling it.
Maybe they're like that today. We're just going to hang around and just chat at the water cooler. Hey, Bob, what'd you do this weekend? I fucked your wife. You know, like that kind of cop banter, because I feel like that's what it would be. But seriously, when did that become a thing? It's a thing now. And it just recently, within the last couple of years, I think it was around the time that the pandemic happened, and there weren't a lot of people on the roadways, that people just said, where we're going, we don't need roads. Put the fucking pedal down, and then just didn't stop doing it at all. And it's infuriating because I think, and it's a selfish reason. The reason it's so infuriating for me, I think, is because I want to go that fast, but I know I'm going to get caught.
Yeah, damn right. You know, you're going to be the first one to be pulled over because you got a
cars.
face.
Both of my cars. It's not just
face.
the face. It's both the cars. Each one has its own reason for getting pulled over. One of them's lime neon green. The other one is a sports car. I'm going to get pulled over. But the guy in the fucking regular old fucking Lexus, fucking just cruising along at fucking 93 miles an hour past me. Cop's just going to be like, good day, sir. 93, not bad. Beautiful engine in that car. There's going to be, look at that punk. I still look like a punk. I'm 40, but I look like a punk. Okay, now speaking of punks, this is my last one that I'm going to bitch about right now, okay? Number 3, what's going on with our the youth of this generation? What's going on? What is I don't understand the terminology. Frankly, what I want to complain about most is this no cap bussin' shit. FR. Like, I get that, that's for real. Or like finna instead of gonna, because you have you seen this finna finna instead of gonna, because that's how you misspell it on like text.
Yeah, you fitting to do
finna,
this.
finna gonna go do this. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand that probably to the people like who were teenagers in the 60s, like the lingo and the slang of like the 80s, like, hey dude, what's up? That's bodacious, totally tubular, cowabunga. That probably pissed them off too.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry.
Don't ever do that ever
I'm sorry.
again.
I will try not to. But it was kind of radical. But why is it that I understand that people then probably hated the 80s, and like people from the 80s probably hated the vernacular of the 90s, but like I can't stand it. It doesn't make sense because it sounds so stupid. At least those were words that were oh God, I hope they were words that already existed. They must have been. Or is it all slang? Is it all slang? And it's just like, we could start making up shit. Let's start making up like old people slang. Like if something's great, let's be like, that's a gravy train. And like,
that's slick.
And like if it was food,
that's sharp.
That's that gravy train slick sharp, bro. Doesn't that sound stupid?
Dude, I'm moving on. That all of this sounds so stupid.
It's not stupid. It's really important to me, and it makes me fucking furious beyond beyond anything. Me mad right now. It should make you mad because it's fucking stupid. All three of those things that I listed, now that I'm 40, piss me off, and they should piss you off before you're 40. And if you find yourself on one of the ends of either thing, like if you find yourself, if you're the one who's crossing the fucking lane with the cart, fucking stop it. You know, if you're saying that's straight bussin', no cap, for real, like shut the fuck up and stop saying that. No, don't be yourself. But God damn it,
you know what? Better yet,
doesn't need to
don't
be so
even go down the aisle if you. Gosh.
Wait, yeah. If you see me, don't come down the fucking aisle. If you see me, just turn around and just leave, because I need the aisle space to myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel better now that I've gotten this off my chest, but I know that there's so much more I could. I do. But there's so much more that this is definitely going to be at least a bi-weekly segment of some sort. Like, because I've got a long list of things that have been pissing me off recently, and I really do think it's because of age.
Yeah.
You know, the list could go on, but I could go on forever. But I think it's time to move on to another one of our topics. That's the word, topics. This is what you're reading. What you're reading. It's basically, we're going to talk about a comic or a book or something that we've recently read that is interesting to us, and we want to share more with you. I've been reading something interesting.
Oh yeah, what have you been reading?
It's called Danger Girl. It's about this chick who basically becomes a super secret spy, and it's badass. It's pretty good, man. It's fucking funny too. It's actually it's really well written. I love the art style is really cool.
It sounds. Yeah. What else is cool about it?
Boobs.
Is that I was gonna say? So what is really cool about this?
No, it's actually a really great art style, and it's fun. It's kind of like James Bond, but from a chick's point of view.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of chicks, kind of like Charlie's Angels, and like then the twist that happened in it, I was not expecting. But apparently it's getting harder to find, because I had to pay a little bit of an extra price to get a copy of the complete version of it. It was like $45, which isn't bad for what I got out of it. But it was a really good storyline. It was a lot of fun. And there's some other ones, I guess, some single trade paperbacks that I'm definitely going to get into and take a look at. Why is your face glowing like you're radioactive?
Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick.
Are you looking at Danger Girl?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Ooh, what you got there?
So yeah, it's Danger Girl Deluxe. That's the one I got.
Danger Girl Deluxe.
When it originally came out, it was $29.99. The cheapest I could find it is $45 right now, so it is going up in price. But The artwork is beautiful in it, I think. I mean, it's pretty nice colors, and the story was good, and the twist got me at the end. I did not expect it or see it coming. Great little read, fun, adventurous, exciting, and it's like James Bond but with boobs.
Nice boobs.
Great boobs. Best boobs ever. Boobs.
Nice. No, I love it.
You know?
I'm going to throw a little story in here too.
Okay.
So I'm going to
lay it out
prep
on
you
me
for this selection because this is not usually something up my alley.
Okay.
So Jess and we took Ella to go see the zoo.
Right. And Ella's your mini me.
Yes.
Okay.
She is my daughter.
Not a cat, not a dog.
No.
Just to clarify.
That is my daughter, Ella.
Yep.
Yeah. So we went to Chittenango, New York, where
what?
L. Frank Baum, the
say the
writer
name
for
again one more time.
Chittenango.
Chit or like chit with a ch or
yes,
shit?
Chittenango.
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 Okay.
Chittenango.
So Frank L. Baum, okay, who wrote the Oz
L.
books.
Frank Baum, yeah.
L. Frank
wrote the Oz books, you know,
Jerry
the Wizard
Lee
of
Baum.
Oz, you know, and all that. Yeah. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, my wife is like a huge fan, like the biggest fan.
I can attest
as far
to
as
that.
Wizard of Oz goes. Like,
no one bigger.
It's
probably.
It's scary.
Well, you see my shit, and that's scary.
It's scary. It's
scarier than this, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least on the same level, but with just one thing. Mine's a bunch of shit.
They have a Wizard of Oz museum, like kind of thing, right? And
cool.
They have some swag that you can buy at the end of it, and like Wizard of Oz items, what have you, like, you know, those Jim Shore things.
Yeah.
You can buy some of those, the Wizard of Oz version of those. Yeah, they're the Batmobile right there, right behind you, above the Supergirl.
Yeah, Jim Shore.
Yeah, really cool. So you can buy those. Anyways, I saw these and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. What is this?"
What is that? The Legend of Oz. Legend of Oz. Wicked West.
Yeah, it's basically, dude. It's like the Wizard of Oz, Western style.
That's cool
like
as shit.
Gunslinging and shit.
That's cool as shit.
And I was like, "What? What is that?" Yeah,
is that an autographed one?
Of characters. Yeah, they're both autographed by the writer.
Nice find.
Yeah. Very cool.
What's that one? That one has boobs.
Yes, yes, it does.
Nice.
Yep.
That seems cool as fuck.
It's pretty interesting.
What's the imprint? Who's the maker of it? What's the name of the comic company?
Oh, what is it? BDI.
BDI, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Big Dog Inc.
Okay.
What's this guy's name? I forgot. Tom Hutchinson. Allison Borgia.
Do you need any bags
Borges.
or boards? I see you got one of them in it.
Yeah, this one has one, and this is
that's a book. Okay, I didn't realize how thick it was.
Well, I wanted to get like as a few of the stories in at least.
Right.
You know, so I figured I'd get the book.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, dude, this thing, the artwork's pretty good, man. It's
it looks nice.
Like,
is it like kind of dark and scary and shit too? See, okay,
absolutely.
Because Xenoscope, the one who does the Alice ones that I like, they've got an Oz. I've got a couple of their trade paperbacks of their Oz, and it's pretty good. It's their characters, Dorothy Gale and.
Yeah, and Marvel has a version.
I know, and you know what? I've
Yeah,
been trying to get a copy of that. The omnibus has gone way up in price. You cannot catch it for less than a couple $100. and it used to be like a $60 thing, I think, and now it's like
we have one. I'm pretty sure
the omnibus, the complete collection.
Yeah, like that thick.
Yeah, it might be that one. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was, I think I saw it. It might have been that I saw it at your house that it came up, and I was like, ooh, I wouldn't mind reading that. That looks like a nice read, and I wanted to get it, and I went and looked it up. Wherever I saw it, I looked it up. So it's one of those things that I keep my eye out, because I notice like people gouge more on the internet when they don't become readily available. But you'll go walk into a comic book shop in like fucking Kentucky, and it'll be there for the fucking shelf price still because no one bought it. So I try to wait on some things, or at least keep my eyes on the prices online, because nice.
Yeah, I understand.
I like that one.
Do you like that one?
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know.
Jeez, when was the last time you did mushrooms?
When was the last time I did mushrooms?
It's been a while for me. Long while.
Yeah, the last time I did mushrooms, I also did acid the same day and night. I did like probably close to an eighth of mushrooms in pill form that I know of, and then I couldn't tell you how much acid I ate because it was liquid, and they just sprinkled the Sucrets tin. Not Sucrets, Altoids. It was Altoids. And so my boss at the time, my production manager, was breaking up pieces and just feeding me like a little fucking fish. And I was like, oh, sir, can I please have some more acid? Eating bits of acid.
A little fish.
It was a fucking weird night, dude. I'll just say this, that at one point I had a little bit of the first and only time I read a little bit of a scary, like I was scared. I wasn't seeing shit that was scary, but I was like anxiety ridden, and like a hippie girl came over and like rubbed my hands with fucking lotion to calm me, like to center my chi or whatever the fuck. But also that same night, while fucking tripping my face off on acid, I cooked like 7 pounds of bacon at once.
Jesus Murphy.
Oven, pans, and we just ate a shit ton of bacon.
Sweet Jimmy Dean's ghost, would you look at that sausage?
It was delicious, man. It was the best bacon I've ever had. And the next morning I had to fly home, and I went through TSA still fucking tripping, and yeah, it was a whole thing. I woke up on the plane feeling a lot better, but like I'd come down, like I fell asleep again on the plane. When I woke up, I was like, well, fuck, thank God. But I was like the weird, how your whole face feels cool and everything's just like centered. And you're just like, I'm on a fucking airplane going home. Okay, that was a weird night. That was a weird 14 hours or whatever it was. Good times.
Yeah,
good times.
See, every time I ate shrooms, my belly, my tum just did not feel good the next day. Like, bad.
They taste like shit. I would rather eat shit than eat mushrooms at this point in my life. At 40 years old, I'm too old for psychedelics, I think. Sort of. All right, well, that leads us to our next and final topic. Bubba, you've got a segment that you've prepared for the viewers and listeners back home. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, which one was that? Yeah, was that the...
It's whatever you want it to be. It's your segment.
Pissing in weird places, because it's been happening lately. Dude, so, okay. Listen to this.
All right, I'm listening.
I'm at work.
Okay.
I have to go to the bathroom. My tum was not feeling good. And you know me, I don't like going poo at work. I don't want to use a public toilet.
I understand that.
Drives me a little bit crazy.
It's
always
gross.
Just, it's pretty nasty in there most of the times in the men's room. You know, it's just...
We're pigs.
Yeah.
Well, they're pigs.
Yeah. They are.
I'm conscientious.
The bastards. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Have you ever sat down in a, like I ask any woman, have you ever sat down at a stall, reached for the toilet paper only to realize that some asshole's pissed on the entire roll of toilet paper on purpose?
Oh,
Bet you that's never happened. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah.
Women don't have it
Anyways,
bad in the bathrooms. We do.
no, I mean they have it pretty bad in the bathrooms too. I mean, there's many whatever. Everybody has their reasons, but so I'm sitting there,
Okay.
doing my thing,
You're
and I'm like,
pooping.
what the fuck? I'm looking at these slots, these holes, basically where the
Oh, like where the
doors
door
and
frame
everything.
is.
Well, not even the door frame, like the corner of the stall, and then where the door frame is, like everywhere that there would be a connecting point.
Yeah.
We're talking about that much room.
Oh, so if someone walks in and glances, they're going to be like, yo, what's up, Bubba?
Yeah, pretty much. There might as well not be a door.
That's where you do the tuck in between your legs with your shirt because you're like, someone's going to see my downstairs mix up if they fucking look in here.
My downstairs mix up.
Yeah, it's like that. I get what you're saying. That's uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating. I don't I get it. Everybody poops and everything, but I didn't want people looking at me poop. I guess I'm a little weird about that.
It's not a comfortable thing.
No. Yeah. So then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, oh, well, I've had some pretty dicey goes when it comes to peeing and pooping in places. Like, do you remember having to pee in a trough?
I mean, at a bar?
Yeah. Like it's basically a half a barrel.
Yeah.
Filled with ice that everybody's just pissing in.
It's weird.
Everybody's walking up. And
no
just
little
going,
walls.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah. No wall, whatever, no wall.
And do you think, because it seems like a more sociable thing, do you think the guys walk up to each other and say hello to each other at those? So they're like, yo, I'm making eye contact. I'm not looking down at your penis. Hey, how are you tonight? I am also not looking at your penis. Like, that's what that is. Because I also noticed that people talk to each other there.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Fair enough. I don't know. I just do what I got to do and then beat it. Well,
wait.
I get out of there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Get out of there.
All right.
Wash my hands though.
Always
wash the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That trough, man. That thing is just scary. Especially when I was a kid. I always be like, what the hell? Man, going to the men's room was one of the scariest things as a kid.
Those troughs are kind of high up. Did you have to like arc a piss in when at a certain age, or was it like at the right level?
I did. I come to the bed. Yeah, I totally did. And I was always awesome at that shit. Always a good aim.
Were you one of those kids though that you had to drop your pants all the way?
No.
And your underwear?
Never.
You ever? I've walked in the bathrooms recently and little kids just fucking ass out, just pissing in the urinal.
I walked into a bathroom like that,
Jesus
and
Christ.
an old man was like that. All walks of life.
So, do you think it's something he didn't grow out of, or just out of necessity because he's old and he can't keep him on his saggy old hips or something?
I don't know, man. And then I was starting to think about, like urinal etiquette. Like let's say, and I remember this like it was yesterday, dude. I was probably like 14 or 15 years old. And this one guy, he was a manager up at the mountain. I went into the men's room and the entire row of urinals was open.
Right.
You remember that one right across the way from
the ski shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Had like 5 or 6 right there.
Yeah. On the left and the stalls on the right.
Yeah. So I go to the furthest one on the end and I'm doing my thing. And the next thing you know, here he comes, and he goes right next to me. Smack dab, right next to me.
All the other stalls are open.
Everything else is open.
He could have chosen any stall, but he chose the one next to you.
He could have chose any urinal. I'm at the furthest urinal away.
Yeah, so farthest away from the door.
Goes right next to me.
He could have stopped way early and just taken a piss and ignored you.
Totally.
So he
But no,
totally
he does that.
advances on you like a predator. Okay.
Yeah. So I always found that really weird.
Yeah, that is
And
kind
you
of
know
fucking
what?
weird. You
Now
know
that
what?
I'm talking about it with everybody else, maybe there was some real foul play going on there.
I
And
mean,
thankfully I was old enough to be able to go, yeah, weird man, go away.
You fucking think, man? That's some weird ass shit, bro. You were getting profiled for fucking horrible things. Horrible, unimaginable things.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Close call.
Urinal etiquette.
Urinal etiquette. Don't do that. If there's other stalls, like I hate to have to piss. Like, and that's the thing, because eventually urinal etiquette, it runs out, and it's like, I'm about to piss myself. There's 5 stalls, 4 of them are filled. There's only 1 open. Sorry, guys, I'm going to it. But how about this one? The lower urinal for children. That's a weird one, because like, you piss so far, now you're splashing on your pant legs, kind of, or on your kneecaps. It's too far down, but sometimes you have to make that choice. So you have to like kind of angle it a little bit. But again, etiquette, man, just you know, fucking and the worst ones, man. The worst ones are the airport ones.
Oh yeah.
That's like a world where no one gives a shit. You hear people grunting and fucking the sound of poo untethering from butts so much.
I think I remember a story you told me. Oh, what was it? This guy, this old guy. So this kid was taking a piss at the urinal, and he goes to leave without washing his hands. And this old man goes, "Hey, where I'm from, we wash our hands after we go to the bathroom." And the kid looks at him and goes, "Yeah, well, where I come from, we don't piss on ourselves, old man."
I mean, if your dick is clean and you don't piss on your hands, like it's not socially acceptable, but like you could like move on.
No,
if you were in a rush,
like, if you're not like grabbing the handle or whatever, because that's my biggest worry is like everybody's grabbing their meat and then grabbing this handle.
I just rely on the sensor. Hope it has a sensor and just let it auto flush. See you, pee. Bye bye.
No, I'm just a wash my hands every time kind of guy.
You know what I don't like? I can't even believe I'm gonna fucking admit
that's
this.
What I do.
I'm not even gonna. I can't even believe I'm gonna admit this. But you know what I don't like?
Go ahead.
Okay, you know how there's sensors.
Expose yourself, motherfucker.
I'm exposing myself. You know how there's sensors on the toilet at like airports or in most public places now. And as soon as you stand up, it flushes.
Yeah.
It pisses me off a little bit because like, don't you want to like get up and inspect what you've done? It gets ripped away from you. It just gets ripped away from you. You're like, that's a. You're like, no, I was rating it. I was just rating it right now. Was it like a fucking 7 out of 10 or what? But no, like that really pisses me off because I'm like I'm like, am I
like that?
Am I healthy? Like there's no blood in my poo anymore, right? Like, things like that.
Did it make a weird shape?
Yeah.
Did I do a letter this time?
Was it impressive? Was it a J for Josh or was it a pretzel?
One time I made a check mark.
I made a pretzel once.
Done.
Flipped and everything. Total perfect pretzel, man. Check mark. I love it. I'm going to try to do a question mark one of these days. I'll send it to you. Pooh done it.
Oh my God. That's so ridiculous.
Yes, it is. But, yeah, that's pretty crazy shit right there.
Yeah, and I think I've got some, I got some more things about peeing in weird places in my back pocket. We'll come back to that some other day. You know what's interesting to me though? So you know how like we roadied all over the place and all that?
Yes.
You ever go back to the same city?
Yeah.
To the same toilet.
Oh yeah.
In the same arena.
Uh-huh.
And be like, oh man, I remember what I did to you last time.
No, I've definitely got one that I will always remember every time I'm in there, and I can tell you exactly where it is. It's in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Wallingford, Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm sure I've told you this story about the cocaine.
No, go ahead.
All right, so I was in Wallingford, Connecticut on a show many years ago.
Yeah.
When I like to powder my nose a little bit, right?
Yeah, of course.
As one does. Okay,
Hey,
so don't fucking. This is a judgment-free zone. Yeah. Fucking. So, it was shower time, and instead of showering, I was like, "Fuck it, I gotta go take a shit. I'm gonna go take a shit," and I just got an 8-ball or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna do some cocaine. So I sat down. I was taking a shit and I was doing cocaine off the metal fucking toilet paper roll holder. It's so disgusting, right? So gross. But I'm not expecting this cocaine to be strong. Man. But the cocaine was very strong and I've already done too much. So I'm like, I'm shaking. I've done so much cocaine. So I get done. I'm like, all right, they're probably waiting for me at the bus. This is taking a lot longer than it should have. I'm like fucking gacked out of my head. And I do my thing. I wipe my butt, right? I wipe it. Yeah. Everything's good, clean, clear, coming out. Go to stand up, and my radio, this is when I didn't have a chesty for my radio. And you got to understand, these radios are like these tall ones with antennas that come off them. And and then usually not a dongle. It's got a fucking Jesus Christ brain.
Mic.
It's got a mic. Yep, it's got a mic. Right. But I was trying to think of a
telephone cord.
Yeah, exactly.
Mic.
So it's like clipped into my fucking thing so I can go for Josh. So I go to stand up, and as I stand up, the fucking antenna of the radio catches on the under lip of the toilet, and I keep pulling up, not realizing what's going on, and my radio bungee jumps into my poop in the toilet. Have I not told you this story?
Goes, oh no!
So I'm like, my eyes probably got at least this big because I'm like, oh no, there's shit all over my radio, and I know for a fact because I'd lost this radio earlier in the tour that they're about $1,000 to replace, roughly.
Dude.
Okay,
about $980.
And I'm like, it's wet, like it's poop. Oh no, and I'm also completely coked up, right? So I'm like, okay, I know what to do. So I flush the toilet with the radio in it, and it gets some, the juices flowing off of it. And I come out holding it by the antenna, and I'm like, cocaine monster. I'm in the fucking sink, scrubbing my own shit out of the crevices of this radio, because of course it couldn't have like fallen in a place where it's just like a smear of poo-poo. No, it's embedded in like the crevices and the creases of the battery compartment and shit. So I'm like giving this thing a full fuck. I'm sorry, I'm even telling this story. So I'm giving this thing a full.
Dude, I can't look at you right now. You're such a nasty fuck.
Listen, it's not about being a nasty fuck or not. The moral of the story is do whatever you have to do to not have to pay $950 or $1,000 for a new radio.
Yes.
So I washed it up as best I could, dried it off, and I'm like, I'm just gonna. There was like 2 days coming up. That's part of the reason why I had the cocaine.
There. That's not cap.
So shut the fuck up. So like a couple days go by, and the day of show, I'm like checking it out. Little smell test. It's fine. There's no poo poo on it anymore. And I go to turn on the radio. I turn it on. Remember, this thing was fully submerged. This is still the same battery, and it goes, and it turns on, and it works. And that's how I got shit on a $1,000 radio.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I told that story. But I exposed myself, man. That's part of exposing yourself is
I'm gonna do it next time.
Yeah.
I'll do one of my nasty.
Yeah.
We'll do one of the nasty.
I think that should be the premise at the end of the show, is someone has to expose themselves to something super uncomfortable because it relates us as humans. We've all done something horrifically disgusting. I've got the next time I get to go, I've already got a good one. It also
I've already
involves
got
the
a
toilet.
million things running through my head.
So it's like, we've all
bastards.
been there, and we're all human. We're all kind of nerds, because being a nerd is a cool thing, and that's kind of what we like to do here when we talk about, pop culture and things like that. And you can see, obviously, my surroundings. I'm into it. If you could see around his room and not just the green screen, you would see he's got some loves as well. But I don't know. I think that's a good place to end this episode, man. I think this was a good chunk of fucking first episode right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great time.
I look forward to doing more of them with you. It's going to be a lot of fun, for sure. And I hope that people catch on and come and listen to our oddcast.
Yeah, our oddcast.
As you said earlier, oddcast. I believe that was you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It was you, oddcast. I think it's a perfect definition for this podcast. It's just odd, man, and it's different, and that's why people should listen. I think, or watch. I can't forget there might be people watching this shit.
Yeah, you silly bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you doing?
Creepers
you were
watching
us.
Don't you have anything better to do? Jesus. All right, we'll see you next time here on Bubba and Josh Expose Themselves.
Bye. I'm Bubba.
I'm not.